Alright, so if you have not heard the news, a new character, not a new hero, a new character was talked about today on the Overwatch Twitter, or at least that's where I found it. Overwatch Twitter tweeted out a photo that you can see right here, and this girl's name is Effie. I don't know, it's a weird name. That's not important. Well, it is important, but the name's not important. The character is important. Now, this interview was linked from the actual tweet, and it talked about this girl who was literally a genius when it came to anything involved with robots. And the interview talks a lot about robots and drones, but specifically not Omnics. It avoids the word Omnics entirely, which is very interesting. We're all going to get to this in a second, so let me finish the rundown here. She talks about all this stuff. She talks about how she's only 11 years old, and she got the Genius Grant from Numbani. She lives in Numbani. She's from Numbani. And if you guys do not know, Numbani is a huge place where Omnics and humans can live together in harmony. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We have no idea who Doomfist is, how he even correlates to this storyline, if he does at all. Doomfist was not mentioned. She is definitely not a hero. At least that's the general consensus here on Reddit. As you can hear me clicking around because I'm saying this live as I check it out from all over the internet and everything. But no, the general consensus is that she is not going to be a playable character because she's only 11 years old. And to be completely and bluntly honest, when you're shooting 11-year-olds in the face, that kind of risks your T rating across the world. So Blizzard definitely wouldn't do that. But this is a very interesting character. She builds robots. She has been building robots since she was little, and she's still only 11 years old. This is going to be very interesting. Now, a few things I want to point out before I get into the 3 theories we're going to talk about today. One, the article is actually linked today, February 21st, 2017. So it does not. So there's a small percentage. There's a small percentage chance that this actually takes place now, and she turns into a hero in the future. That is a possibility. However, as far as we know, Numbani was created after the Omnic Crisis. And the fact that she lives on Numbani and she is on Numbani news article, and that she got the Numbani grant means Numbani definitely exists at this point in time when this interview is taken. So the date is either, I doubt it's a mistake, but we can't figure out exactly how it correlates, because to be completely honest, it doesn't match up to what's in the actual article, what's in the short little interview we have here. So that's really interesting. I kind of thought that myself for a second. I was like, maybe this is now, and 60 years from now she turns into Doomfist, or she turns into whoever. No, that's not it. And really quick note, she's not Lucio's wife. She's not Lucio's sister. Lucio is Brazilian. This girl is African. So stop asking. So Ify here is only 11 years old. It doesn't talk about any brothers or sisters or anything. But the end of the article gets very interesting. She says, it's amazing that you've been able to accomplish at your age. How do you do it? I'm not sure how to answer that. I just do it. I guess I'm very lucky my parents put up with it. Robots can be very messy, and expensive. So she goes on to say, speaking of which, do you have any plans for what you're going to do with your grant? A new computer, college tuition? And she goes, oh, I have no idea. And the guy goes, no hint? She goes, it's a secret for now, but my parents are taking me on a trip to celebrate. It'll be my first time flying, so I can't wait, which is absolutely a great line, because everyone on Reddit is sitting here. It's like, that's how every tragic backstory ever happened. So I want to go into 2 theories really quick before I go into my theory that's prevailing, that I think is going to work, that I think is going to happen, that I think is the most true, at least in my opinion. Then I want to talk about some other ones that are not true, that have already been debunked, basically. Lucio's sister, no. Like I said, not Lucio's sister, not Lucio's wife. Not only completely different ages, but completely different nationalities, to be honest. So, or not to be honest, but you get the idea. They're completely different nationalities, so they are not related at any point. The fact that she's 11 kind of takes out the fact that she is any kind of, character, or playable character, at least playable hero. And I think that's probably the 2 biggest ones. What we're thinking right now is that she is either going to create Doomfist, or she's going to create a robot. That is the idea right now, but who that robot is, what that robot does, and how she falls into that is very much disputed right now. So one theory is that she obviously creates Doomfist. Now, this theory I think is going to be debunked very easily, because the fact that the third Doomfist, which is what everyone thinks is going to be the new playable hero, is in Omnic language. So you're thinking about Omnics. However, like I said, this interview goes out of its way to not mention Omnics whatsoever. No Omnic is ever mentioned in this article, so it's all about robots and drones and stuff. She doesn't actually say any Omnics or anything like that. They don't mention them at all. So that kind of goes back to the whole date thing, which it might be in the past and present day. But no, I think that she doesn't really mess around with Omnics at all, which is again weird. The fact that they left out Omnics in that is very weird, but I can't really explain that right now. So I don't think whatever robot she's gonna make, I don't think it's gonna be Doomfist, because like I said, the Doomfist is written in the Omnic language, and there's no reason to have that unless it's an Omnic, right? Unless there's a very slight probability that she creates a robot and it turns into an Omnic via like God program, maybe. I don't know. That's actually I haven't seen that thing. I just came up with that actually right now. But that could happen. It's a possibility, although I think it's a little bit slim. Next up, she is sitting in spawn controlling robots, which is just straight up wrong. No, there's no way that's gonna happen. She's so young. She's probably controlling a robot again. I'm just looking through the biggest ones right here on Reddit. So I also want to talk about what is it? Her parents and Talon. Talon was my one big kind of thing that tied this whole thing together. So she's going on a trip. She's going on a trip in her favorite rocket ship, but they don't say where. They don't say where they're going, and they say her parents are taking her. So the fact that this obviously high profile, almost celebrity, is going on this huge trip that she's announced is kind of troubling for someone who is trying to protect her. So if you are a bodyguard for her, for whatever reason, you are really scared right now, because they just said they're going on a plane. So I'm going to get into my theory after I get into two more, or one more that I want to talk about, but Talon does fall into this. The other thing I want to talk about is, where is it? Hold on. Athena. Sorry, I had to find it really quick. Athena. Athena is a robot that, if you guys didn't know, an AI that is helped Winston and helps Overwatch and all that kind of stuff. You can see her in the Recall cinematic. I think it's called the Recall cinematic. In that cinematic, and what she does is she basically helps. She's a God program, and she actually helps Winston, helped Overwatch when they're around. In one of the concept arts for Overwatch, I'm not going to bring it up because I can't find it right now, but one of the concept arts for Overwatch has the Athena robot and the Athena logo. I'm sure if you guys have followed character development in Overwatch, you have seen her. But there's this robot, and she doesn't have a physical form right now. Athena right now does not have a physical form that we know of. So it is very, 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 very likely that this girl can create a body for Athena. However, I also think that at the same time, she's a God program, and she is basically, as far as we know, kept to Watch Point Gibraltar. So it could be very likely that she doesn't do it, and she does her own thing to get her own body. That's something completely plausible. Maybe Torbjorn helps or whatever. I don't know. That is also a theory that can be kind of dived into a little bit more. So she could end up making a body for Athena. However, I want to talk about this theory. This theory was brought up by somebody on Reddit here. This isn't my theory, but I'm going to build off it a little bit. So the guy on Reddit basically said that they know where this plane, they know this plane's going somewhere. They know this high-profile celebrity almost is on it. They want to take it down, or, which is more likely, they want to kidnap Ify here. So what I'm thinking is they're going to go to Ilios, which is the most lore unspecific map we have right now, at least except for Oasis, I think. Anyway, Ilios has no characters tied to it yet. So what I'm thinking is Talon's going to take Ify here from Ilios while she's doing whatever, and they're going to start either pumping out robots or they're going to hold her for ransom or something. That I haven't quite figured out yet, to be completely honest. But they're going to hold her for ransom, they're going to take her, and they're going to do something with her. That's where I'm kind of lost as far as what they're going to do with her, but that's not where the theory ends. On Ilios, we have someone called Colossus, which Curse made a great video on this earlier in the week, I think. Colossus is a hero that may or may not have been, I can't remember exactly what it is. Colossus is possibly a hero in Overwatch, or was a hero. They have a statue of him. That's all you need to know. They have a statue of this person in Ilios that's named Colossus. He has a giant sword, and no one really knows if he's real or not, to say. So what I'm thinking is they're going to at least try to take Ify here, and either Colossus will come and save her, or Colossus will come and go get her. That's my theory right now. They're going to go to Ilios, she's going to get kidnapped, and Colossus will come and save her, and Colossus will be your brand new hero. That said, Ify is still a character that can be messed around with as far, because she's not in the actual game, so she can kind of be messed around with a lot as far as outside the game goes. So she could create your next hero, your hero number 25, hero number 26. She could eventually get in the game, though I doubt it. But she is a very interesting character. If they don't kill her off soon, she will play a very big role in the next months and years of Overwatch. I think she has the potential to be, but I think that it's really a toss-up right now. We really don't know what her deal is. We don't really know how this is going to play out, because we're expecting a new hero. We know a new hero is going to come soon. It's just about time, and we've already seen Jeff Kaplan talk about wanting to put a new hero in soon. We're waiting for it, and this comes up, and this kind of threw everything for a spin. So hopefully, we'll get some answers soon. And with that, like I said, thank you all for watching this very long form video. It was very off the cuff. I'm literally looking at Reddit right here, talking about different theories and different facts. I have the article up and everything. It's crazy. So obviously, go down below and tell me your theory, because I'm super interested in this. I've been looking at this Reddit thread for pretty much hours at this point. I think I've been looking at it since about 2 o'clock. It's like 3:30 right now. So anyway, tell me your theories below, because I want to hear them. I want to talk about them. And with that, I just hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and like, dislike, and comments down below and tell me why you really did. I have to go make more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.